Hola! Welcome to the Road Home and Power Show. We got a half hour to bang out some yoga, so how about coming right into downward facing dog? Hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. What I love about yoga is that there's something always on the ground, which reminds us to stay grounded. With your hands and feet shoulder width apart, you see how it sets up this perfect amount of space for your shoulders to have a little bit of room and your hips, your pelvis to have a little bit of room. From there, exhale all the air out as you press those hips straight back. If the back of your legs are very tight, as you can see, I just softened my knees. From there, feel your tailbone lengthen toward the ceiling. Feel the heels of the feet press toward the floor. You're not trying to get them flat to the floor and perfect. You're just trying to create a little bit of space, a little more length in your hamstrings, in the back of your legs, while you don't lose contact with what's on the ground, which is your roots. Exhale the roots of your heels to the floor. Just a little bit in that direction. Let the head drop. Let your eyes drop and land right in the space between both feet. Take an inhale. Every time you exhale, press your hips far away from your shoulders while you press your palms strongly into the floor. Go ahead, take your feet together, your legs as well. Press down through the left heel, because that's going to have you very solid in the left leg. Then from there, the right leg goes straight up. Try to get length through the right leg, outside of like you're pulling it out of the hip a little bit. Then put a big bend in the right knee, flex the right foot. Take some circles, roll your ankle around in some circles, but not sloppy. Not paying, not in a distracted way. Bring your mind right to the right ankle. Feel it take a circle. And then feel it go in the other direction. And then open the knee up a little wider and the hip a little wider. As you press through the left heel, you're going to let your head drop. You're going to exhale everything. As you exhale, the right leg opens a tiny bit more. You're rolling your hip to the floor, or toward the ground, and taking the foot to the floor. As you press down through the right heel, I actually want you to just, really simple, spread your big toe and your little toe apart. Fan them right in that space of your right heel. Press them toward the floor as you exhale. On the left leg, on that breath in, that left leg extends to the ceiling while the right heel presses down, and it's totally fine if you have that right knee bent. Lift the leg higher. Drive the left heel like you're driving it into the ceiling, literally kicking the roof off the joint. Bend the upper knee, flex the upper foot, and the out breath, roll open. Take another breath in. Exhale, roll open. Now take your left foot and make a little circle. And just start to awaken the ankle joints, and then take a counter movement, counterclockwise, and then feel on the out breath, the hip rolls down. Feel how your foot comes to the floor. Look forward, right between your thumbs. Take a long breath in, clear it out. Bend the knees. Your eyes stay right between your thumbs. Just for a little bit of fun. Don't worry how far you go. The point is you're going to get somewhere. Hop to the feet to the front edge of your mat. Tuck your shirt in if you need to. Adjust yourself accordingly. And then place your hands right on your shin bones. Bend the knees a lot. And you want to press those hips, your butt, straight back to the wall behind you. So you find where the tailbone shines to the back wall. The palms press into the shins. You lift your chest halfway up. Breathe in. Shoulders melt down the back. You exhale into a fold. You can keep your knees as bent as you need to, but let your head totally let go. And bring a little bit of attention for a moment to your shoulder heads. Bring your first and second finger on each hand to your shoulder heads. Slide them down from your ears. Inhale, halfway up again. Length through the spine, hips press back. Out breath to fold. Knees soft, head drops. Let the head get out of the way. You've probably been in your head all day, all through the day or into the evening. The way to get out of your head is to drop your skull just like a weight. And keep exhaling all the air out, and the belly will pull in while you're all folded in and tucked in. When you send the air all out, the chest will press a little bit closer into the thighs. Ground down through the feet. Come on up nice and slow. Tailbone lengthens toward the floor. Arms are lengthening up. Look up while you're at it. And while you're looking up, press your feet into the ground and squeeze up the thighs. Tailbone dropping down toward the heels. Stretch up. Exhale, a tiny back bend. Rooted in your lower body. There's your lower body's your foundation. Upper body says, take a little freedom. When you bend back, you exhale. So the exhale will bend you back. Bring your hands, pull them right down to your heart center. Already you've peeled a little layer of your onion of any extra stress or contraction, rigidness around your neck and shoulders, upper back, the back of your legs. Let's just keep building on that. Inhale, lengthen through the arms. Press the lower body straight down through the floor. So stable foundation, upper body freedom. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Shoulders come down from the ears. And then bend your knees a lot. Right back on the ball of your right foot. And then drive your right heel toward the back wall. Palms press, again, palms shoulder width apart. Palms press down for the left foot to lift up like an inch or so. This is how you're working those abs already. And bring that left foot back. Now rock the body weight forward so you look at your shoulders and see that they're lined right up over your wrists. Now look down at your feet and push your heels straight back to the wall behind you. Firm the thighs up and lengthen the tailbone. Right here, take a breath in. Clear the air. Heels press back. Pull your spine and chest wall forward. Inhale. Lift in front of you. Rock forward so the chest comes forward. Exhale, lower. Tops of the feet will press down. Palms ground down. Breathe in, up facing dog. Empty the breath. Downward dog. On your inhale, rock your body weight forward. So in high plank, you're inhaling. You look ahead. You rock forward so the chest pulls forward to where your eyes are. You scoop the chest up, dog. With a smile on your face, send the air out. Breath comes in. Then you just let it go. Breath comes in. Let the exhale go. And any weight from the psychic luggage of your winter season as well. Take another breath in. Clear the air so you're left truly lighter. Feet together. Look forward. Bend the knees. Float. Feet to hands. Halfway up. Fold. Rise up. The longer you breathe in, the more you're going to reach and get length. Then send that exhale through. Fold. Effortless inhale for lifting halfway up, nice and easy. Exhale to move back into a plank. Rock forward, lower, exhale. Tops of the feet will press down.
It's like you're trying to press your shoulders back and the hips and heart press toward a finish line. Press down through the arms to get lifted in the chest. Otherwise, you can also bring your thighs to the floor. You can bend your elbows a little bit. Breathe in here. Then feel your toes curl under. Thighs and hips strongly pull you back, down dog. Long breath in. Empty the breath. When all the air is gone, you won't hear yourself anymore. Then breathe in. Then see that through. Belly draws in. You look right at the front edge of your mat. Nice and easy. Bend the knees. Your eyes do not move from that space at the front edge of your mat. And next thing you know, your body lands where your eyes go. Halfway up, breath in. Interlace the hands at your low back. Press your palms together. Take your arms right up off your butt. And I want you to sit your hips low while you squeeze the arms toward the floor behind you. Keep lifting the hands off the butt. Press the chest up. Look up if you like. Bring more weight into your heels. And sit lower. Breath comes in. On the exhalation, you'll fold. Free the arms halfway up. Back into a plank. And if you needed to, and you felt a little tired or winded today, and you're finding some difficulty with your breath, shoulders stay over the wrists, knees can come down. You'd rock forward on the knees. You'd bend the elbows and lower. You lower halfway. From there, you lift the chest right up. Maybe the thighs too, but the palms and feet press down. Then the exhale. Then you take a look at your right foot. Really easy. You just bend the right knee, and you take the right foot wherever it can go toward the front edge of your mat, between your hands. You look at your back foot. You spin it down. So the back heel presses down into the floor. And then you make sure that your right hip peels back. And from there, you're going to take your breath in to lead you up into warrior one. When that happens, when you're up, you take a look at your right knee. A lot of times that right knee will buckle in. You find the knee lines up over your ankle joint. You plug that front heel down, and then you squeeze the right knee open a little bit. The more you sink down, the more your lower body will work, so you got to breathe. Every time you breathe in, it'll lengthen through the sideways. And every time you exhale, it'll start to sink the hips. But the ground down through the feet. Inhale, stretch up more. Exhale, sink lower. 5. Where's your breath? And put your eyes on one place. Keep your gaze soft. 3. 2. Now inhale all the way up. Press down to the feet, into the feet. Exhale, take yourself back. Breathe in. Exhale, go back. Breathe in. Exhale, stretch the arms to the wall behind you. Your eyes can start walking a path along the ceiling behind you. Hands come to the floor. Holy moly, high plank. Lower. Up dog. Downward dog. Take a look at your left foot. Bend your left knee. Watch your left foot. Hear my instruction and step it forward right between the hands. Turn the back foot flat into the floor. Now you press through the outer edge of the back foot, and this back leg squeezes. Press down into the front foot. Hands to the hips. Inhale yourself to stand. Look straight ahead. Take a long breath in. As you exhale, you'll feel your left hip steer to the wall behind you. Automatically, the right hip and the right shoulder steer forward. The more you bend this front knee, you want to start to line the knee and hip so it's a little more parallel. And from there, don't forget your back leg. Stretch up on the breath in. Go right into your breath. To be in the pose a little bit more, it's going to feel juicier. It might feel uncomfortable. It might feel miserable. So keep yourself breathing into and through. The way out is through. Breath in, stretch up. Empty the breath, bend back. Breath in, length. Let go. When you let go of the breath, the body lets go. Mainly, we never let go of the breath, and we grip tighter. Exhale, the palms meet the floor. The shoulders are over the wrists. Your left foot lifts and steps back. High plank. Lower. Up dog. Pull back, down dog. You're strong in the legs, so firm up the legs. Activate the quads. Heels press toward the floor. And if you want to, try to pick your toes up off the floor. It's a tiny, tiny action. And then you let your head drop. Let your eyes land between the feet and breathe. Exhale through. Breath in. Let the exhale go, and you'll let go of some of the excess tension you carry. Then you look forward. Walk on up. Nice and easy. Halfway up. Fold. Bend your knees. Sit your hips way, way down. Way, way back. Squeeze the thighs. Pull the chest up. Stretch the arms up. Sink lower. You're not going to die. You're not going to die. Stretch up on the breath in. Hands to the heart, fold. Head drops. Tailbone lifts up. Feet press down. Halfway up. Back to a plank. And as you're lowering, feel your shoulders being melting down your back. Well, it is that action. Breathe in. Empty the breath, down dog. Take your legs together. Press your left heel down. Inhale the right leg up. Rock the body weight forward so the shoulders are right over the wrists. Take the upper leg and let it flip you. Feet press down. Right arm lengthens behind you. Head drops. And a lot of you will have the shoulder out of alignment with the bottom wrist. Take the moment to come out of the pose. Walk your feet back. Shoulder lines up over the wrist. Reach up. Extend away from your hips with the right arm and fingertips. Breath comes in. Exhale to transition to high plank. In high plank, rock the shoulders over the wrists. Push through the heels, bellies in. Spin the heels right. Press the hips straight up. And if I roll my upper hip way back, it'll challenge my balance in the pose. Try to keep your hips stacked on top of one another. Stretch up. Press the hips up. Press the heart up. Look up. Exhale back. High plank. Lower. Breath in. Exhale, down dog. Moving right along. Take your right foot. Step it just outside the right hand. Keep the back heel lifted. And you want the perfect amount of space between the feet so when you come up, you have stability. You created space between the feet, which creates room for the pelvis. And then you bring the shoulders right over your hips. You're going to take your hands to your hips, hug your elbows in. You're going to bend the back knee, lengthen the tailbone down. Long inhale. As you exhale, let your back knees start to drop. Push out both feet on the breath in. Lower down on the out breath. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Then arms up. Then turn your torso to the right side of the room. Try to reach more for your towards your back, with your back arm toward the back wall. Bring your hands to the heart. Your left elbow presses right outside the right thigh. You pull your chest up off your front leg, palms pressed together, shoulders back, spine melts toward the heart. Taking a breath in, and while you exhale, you would twist. If you have blocks, or maybe a big gallon jug of water or a few phone books, whatever you got, you can bring it right to the front inside edge of your foot. Have a little prop and open up on the out breath. Press through the back heel and squeeze the back leg though. Let the spine lengthen on the in breath, and on the out breath, roll open. Feel both hands come to the floor. Set the blocks aside if you had them. High plank, low, up, down dog. Bring the legs and feet together again. Press through the right heel. Inhale the left leg as high as it's going to go. And it can always go a little higher. I know you're strong enough. I know you have the ability to do this. You've been on your legs and feet your whole life. Trust that. Utilize that. Bend the upper knee, roll open. This is where you may need to rock those shoulders forward over the wrists. Even if you have to come out of the pose, realign again. Sometimes we have to come out of alignment to find our actual alignment. Sometimes we have to botch it all up to really find the meaning of it and to know it for the first time. Feet pressed down, left arm extending. Again, if you need to, come onto the tippy toes. Shoulder lines up over the bottom wrist. Breathe. Stretch through the left arm, press those thighs and heart up. Head drops. On the inhale, on the exhale, you find your way back to high plank. Feet stacked, legs stacked, tailbone lengthens. Press down, not to sink down, but to launch up. Right arm high. Look to the upper thumb, breathe in. Exhale, back down. Move it through, high, low, up, out breath. Look at your left foot. You're going to bend the left knee and you're going to step it forward just outside your left wrist, more toward the outer edge of the mat. Make sure there's the right amount of space between your feet. Now push strongly through the back heel so that you're strong in the back leg. If you don't engage the back foot, you're going to feel windy back here. You're just going to blow right over. When you stand up, you need stability. Your eyes land on one thing. Your hands meet your hips. You bend the back knee and you lengthen that tailbone down. You should feel that stretch through the hip flexor. You're not going to like it, but you're not always going to like me either, but that's okay. You're going to inhale, stretch up. You're going to exhale, hands to the hips. You're going to bend the knee, and you're going to tap down. In, out, in, out, in, out. Press up, step. Reach up, stretch back, back to center, turn your torso. Feel the back arm pull a little more. Left knee presses forward and open. Hands together. Right elbow presses outside the left thigh. Now you'll find that the front knee has to be right over the ankle. Line the joints up so you have stability. Left hip pulls back, open up. Bring the hands to the floor. Move back. High plank. Lower. Up dog. Downward dog. Breathing in. Let it be. Walk. Flat back. Fold. All the way up to stand, but don't be in a hurry to come up. What I want you to do, bend the knees, pull in your belly nice and tight, so you're supporting your spine. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Heads down. Feel the tailbone lengthen. One vertebrae at a time, stacking on top of each other. Shoulders press back. Bring your palms right together at your heart. Eyes soft. Strong in the legs. Grounded in the feet. Ease up top. When we start to smooth out the breath, the balance of the mind, having more stillness and a still point of focus, will help aid the physical balance. Sweep up with the arms. And as you exhale, you'll wrap the right arm under. And maybe you'll just do this. Hi, nice to meet you. Bend the elbows. Bring the forearms up a little bit and then press them away from your face. Left knee bending, right leg on top. You'll press the forearms away from your face and your upper back pressing, but the belly is pressing against the spine for support and stability. Thighs are really strong. Squeeze them together. Release. Left leg hugs the right thigh. Left arm moves right under. Shoulders press back. Elbows bend. Forearms press away. Thighs squeeze. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, sweep up. One more, right side. If you wanted, you could just work the lower body, thighs squeezing. The hips are as square to the front of the room as possible. Usually the right leg crossed over takes our hips left. Hips square. Arms can wrap if you like. Forearms press away from the face to open up through the rhomboids. Breathe in. Release. Left leg, left arm. Your eyes are on one place, straight ahead. The jaw is soft, strong in the lower body, more relaxed in the top. The more the mind is quiet, the breath has a nice, smoother rhythm. Sweep up on the inhale. Palms to the heart. Hands on both hips. The right leg straight out in front of you. You're going to pull the toes back on the right foot and squeeze this leg. You're going to also squeeze your standing leg because that's what's supporting you, holding you up. You don't want to lean so far back. You want to drop that tailbone down. Just firm up the left leg. Take the upper leg a little higher. Bend the knee. Grab the inner ankle, or grab the ankle. And if you can, bring it into tree inside the left thigh. Press this right knee open. Again, tendency will be the hip will go with it. Try to square your hips. Press your palms to your heart. Breathe. Interlace your fingers. Press straight up. Squeeze the arms alongside the ears, shoulders melt down the back, belly's still drawn in. Press straight up. Because you press down into the bottom foot, it'll help launch you up effortlessly. And release. Bring the foot down. Sweep up. Let your inhale lengthen the arms. Let your exhalation bring the arms to the sides. Every time you exhale, you're cleaning house in the lungs, in the digestive system. Mentally and emotionally, you're cleaning house from any kind of stagnant, stuck, toxic thoughts and feelings. So you're literally clearing the air. Oh yeah, we're going to extend this leg by squeezing this one. Pressing down through the right foot. Use the inner thigh. You bring your focus to your inner thigh and feel like something's lifting your inner thigh up, pushing through the ball and heel of the foot, toes pull back. Bring this foot up, if you can, right into the inner right thigh. Extend your arms. You root down so you grow taller. But if you are missing roots, stable roots, a foundation underneath the castle, you will struggle to sustain. So you ground down through the feet, you firm the legs, you remember that's your physical foundation for you to launch up, for you to root down, to rise. And then breathing in and then breathing out anchors the wild candle flame of your mind from all kinds of wild, topsy-turvy thoughts. And then you bring your hands to the heart. And you bring the foot to the floor. You bend the knees, you drop the hips, you sweep up. You bring the chest right into the thighs as you exhale. You inhale halfway up. You move back into a plank. Shoulders are over the wrists, but melt the shoulders down from the ears. Lower down. Up dog. Downward dog. You're going to walk your feet up, but leave a little space between your toes and your wrists. But you walk your feet up behind your wrists. You lift up your heels. That'll lift up your hips. You put a lot of bend in the knees, and you press the knees into the upper backs of the arms. And you press enough so that you feel the body weight rock forward. Maybe the right foot launches off the floor. See, the hydraulics are set up where if you find the right amount of leaning forward, the feet will lift up all by themselves because they're going in the direction you're going. The rest of the body's going. If you can, you bring the big toes together. Bring the heels up into your buttocks. Pull in the belly. Hug the elbows in. Oh, don't forget to smile. And you look out in front of you. And then you come down. And then while you're there, bring your feet apart. You're already down on the ground, so let's go back there. Bring your feet apart, but turn your toes out. And you're just going to bring the upper arms and elbows into the inner legs, palms pressed together. Inhale, lift the chest and spine up while you drop the hips down. You can lean a little more forward. Keep pressing with the strong arms. inside the inner legs. The knees and hips are being opened up. You're still breathing though. If you can, you're going to take your right fingers to the floor. You're going to use the right arm to press the right knee back while you turn your torso to the left and stretch through the left arm. Remember to exhale when you twist open. Press that right knee away a little more. Bring your hand to the floor. Left hand. Left arm presses the left inner thigh and knee open. On the inhale, you lengthen. On the exhale, you twist. If you wanted, you could take the right arm and wrap it around your back. Bring both hands to the floor. And just for fun, crow one more time. You're on the balls of the feet. You bend the knees. You press the legs into the upper arms. You wrap these elbows toward each other like you would a low push-up. You look out at the floor in front of you. If you look straight down, your chest is going to just nosedive. And you just rock the body weight forward enough. And maybe you don't lift your toes off the floor, because maybe you're like, oh, I just need to feel a little safer. But once you get that out of the way, you go in a little more, and the feet one day just pick up, and you don't even try. In fact, not thinking about it is how you'll make it come to life and how you'll take flight. Down dog. Breath in. Push the hips straight back. Right foot steps forward. Back foot turns flat. Reach high, warrior one. Open into warrior two. You're going to bend the front knee, press it forward, press it open. Outer edge of the back foot, press it away from you, firm the back leg. From there, let your tailbone lengthen down. And as you get a little more open in the hips, you'll probably feel that right knee buckle toward the middle. Squeeze it open as much as you can. And breathe into the space that you're opening up. And it's usually not comfortable. What's blocking your path is your path. Stretch the arms apart. Reverse your warrior. Stretch up on the breath in. Exhale to bend back. Front knee forward, tailbone pressing forward, the upper body bending back. And then take the right arm to your front thigh. Extend your left arm high over your head. Right knee pressing open. Left arm back up to middle. Exhale, wrap it around. If you can, press your right buttock in toward the middle of your mat. Exhale, roll open. Release. Hands meet the floor. Rock forward and empty the breath. Lowering. And then lifting, up dog. And down dog. Head drops, hips lift. Left foot stepping. Back foot turning flat. Reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse as you breathe in. You want to get that length away from that left hip and thigh. You want to exhale to bend back. You want another breath in, and you want the exhale to move you into extended side angle. Left knee over the ankle, left knee open, right arm over your ear. Bring your awareness back to the back foot, your back foot. Press the outer edge of it away from you. Let the upper arm stretch away from the back heel. Exhale, roll open. Wrap the upper arm if you can around your back. Maybe the fingers slide to the inside of your left thigh. Maybe the left hand grabs the ankle or shin. Nudge the left knee open. Push the left hip in. And let the upper body let go. And then you release. High plank, lower, up, down. Knees come to the floor. Take the front edge of your mat, fold it over for a camel. Little back bending action. Back strengthening and back bending. Drop the tailbone down. Press those hips forward. Lift up. Then bend back. If you wanted, you can curl the toes under. Come on the balls of the feet. You could bring the fingers to catch the heels, or if that's not really happening, you could just bring your fingers to your calves. Hips stay forward, right over the knees. Come on up. Bring your hips right onto your heels. Take your fingertips to the floor behind you. You can either press the top of your right foot down while the right leg lifts up. You lean back. If you can do both. Press the tops of the feet into the floor while the knees lift away from the floor. And you should get a nice stretch through the tops of your feet that you probably didn't know you needed, but your feet did from being crammed into wool socks and winter boots. Now bring your knees back down. Take your hands to the floor. Curl your toes under. And this time you're going to sit your butt on your heels. Even the pinky toe is curled under. So take a look and make sure. And then you sit on your feet, your hands to your heart. And it's a very small action, but you're literally pressing your knees in the direction of your feet. So you press those knees back, and you start to feel this insane amount of stretch through the heels and the Achilles. You just got to press those knees straight back. Earlier I said you're not going to like me through every pose. These are some of the poses I'm talking about. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Lift your feet up. And just take some circles. And then counter it. And then cross your ankles. Bring your butt straight down on the floor. Bring both feet flat. Knees are together. You're going to sit up tall. You're going to take the right arm across the left shin. Left fingers on the floor. You don't dump into the low back. You press down. On the inhale, the spine lengthens and lifts. On the out breath, the twist. Then you're going to bring it the other way. Left arm across the legs. Fingers on the floor. Press the butt down into the ground. Let the spine lift away from the hips. Exhale, spin to twist. Bringing yourself out from the inside out. Through the physical, we free the mental and the emotional as well. Creating a lighter space in the body while still very strong. For our soul to really feel it can come on back home. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees just kind of butterfly open. You can slide the feet away from you a little bit. Interlace your fingers around the tops of the feet. Breath comes in while you lift the spine away from the hips, push the hips down into the floor. And let yourself fold, but let the exhale fold you. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Nice, easy breath in. Send it through. Now I don't want you to breathe. I don't want you to put efforts into it. I want you to find how you can organically breathe easy once you still your mind, which settles yourself emotionally to. Your inhale will be what naturally starts to lift your chest up and away from the floor. The exhale lets you start to soften. If your thoughts are not in the way of the breath, the body will effortlessly do this. You're just still working with the body. You're working with limitation. You're working with stuckness. Tension is really just stuck energy. And as you free yourself from it, from the physicality, you free yourself from it inside yourself. Come on back up. Take the legs straight out in front of you. On the inhale, nice length. On the exhalation, fold. When the air is out, pause there. On the inhale, get more length. On the exhalation, soften in. Grab whatever you like. If your legs are still pretty tight, spread the legs apart. Put a lot of bend in the knees. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, fold. Chin tucks down a little bit toward the chest so the neck has length. Close your eyes. Be a witness to your natural inhale and the exhale that will naturally allow you to let go. To release tension, we have to release the breath. To release where we're stuck, we have to be willing to let go. Nice and easy, come on up. Slide your buttocks forward. Bring your upper body down on the floor. Feet are hip width apart. The arms lengthen out to the sides. As you roll onto the outer edges of the feet, the knees will drop on the out breath to the right. You'll press the left shoulder into the ground and you'll turn to press your chin towards the left shoulder. You'll bring it back up as you breathe in. You'll be on the outer edges of the feet as the knees drop to the left. The arms are lower than shoulder level, so then the shoulder presses down on the right side while the chin tucks in. Inhale the knees back up. Straighten your right leg out on the ground. Push through the right heel like you're trying to literally push the right heel into a wall. Get a little more length through the right leg, out of the hip. And then the left. Press through the left heel. Let the legs soften right onto the ground. All the weight of the legs lets go completely. Lift your shoulders up a little bit. Draw them down from the ears. Let the arms stretch down toward the feet. And then just open the arms enough so you feel the shoulders spread across the floor. Let the upper back soften into the floor. Let the hips melt. Let the back of the legs surrender. And feel the floor rise to meet you. Your eyes are closed. When you can relax more, you'll breathe easier. And easier means more naturally, less effort, seamless. When the breathing is seamless, the mental and the emotional body are able to be present, quick on the feet, and a little less reactive. If you have a few extra minutes, stay in your Savasana. Just a few extra minutes. Maybe a minute more than your usual for true, complete relaxation. You let the breath go, the more the weight of the body cradles down more into the floor. For authentic rest. Namaste.